I just wanted to follow up with a post-ride review of the first ride, essentially, and show you the condition of the bike after the first ride. I spec'd most of this stuff down to the recommended torque rating that was shown on the component, like, see right there. Pretty much just standard stuff. I spec'd it all down and didn't have any issues with the bike coming loose in any way, shape, or form, or any issues like that. I think the only issue that I did notice was that the derailleur was kind of ghost shifting. I think that's actually due to my cross-contamination of SRAM and Shimano brakes and shifter. I think that there is some vibration hitting this part of the shifter and making it shift by itself, so I didn't really take any points off of the bike from that. Biggest issue that I noticed, and it's kind of a double-edged sword because I really like the race geometry of this bike. I'll try to maintain it as much as possible, but the actual stack of the bike makes the geometry even more exaggerated. So on the trail, it's hard to actually pop up and, I guess it would be this way, pop up and, you know, do some bunny hops and trail bumps, whatnot like that. You could still do it. I had no problem with it because of the lightweight feel of the bike. It was really nimble, but I would say that that was one of the biggest issues that I noticed as far as the bike goes. As far as my comfort goes, it wasn't super comfortable being slammed on bars like this because I'm not used to that. I'll give it a few more rides, but I noticed some wrist tension and soreness after about 5 or 6 miles, so I will have to address that if I don't feel like it is getting any better. I think maybe if I find a more sweeped out bar, because my wrists are essentially kind of torqued inward unnaturally, and I'm used to riding more outward like that, and that's because my bars are raked on my trail bike a lot more and it's a little bit more comfortable. So I have to determine whether or not I could find a bar that will be suitable to that. And aside from that, the thing ran really incredibly. The weight of it is 27 pounds, so I'm super excited about that, and I could probably get the weight down even more. If you're wondering, this is a 120 PNW components dropper, the cheapest one they have, and arguably the best bang for buck, because for XC riding you don't need much more than that, and they actually it's the cheapest and the closest to lightest dropper post on the market. So I can't quite remember, but I'll put the specs in the video. Really light, close to like the top tier 100 mil XC dropper post specs, but since it's like somewhere in between that, it kind of goes unknown, but that's what it is. It was the cheapest, lightest dropper post on the market, and I'm a big guy, have a pretty high inseam, and on my stump jumper I have a 200 mil drop, and I find no difference in this drop over the 200 mil. I'm not super picky, but I will say that that is a notable sort of tech spec that might be overlooked and overthought, because you might not need as much as they're selling you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Bike ran great. It's a really awesome cross-country trail ripper. I mean, definitely wouldn't say cross-country or down country because we don't have hills, but it is down country, because if you like to rip the trail and do like hops and whips and whatnot, this bike or the Scott Spark is the bike that you want. So that's it. I'm checking out.